Hi everybody, I'm Dawn Wilson. I'm a photographer specializing in wildlife and nature images based out of Estes Park, Colorado. But I photograph all over the state of Colorado because it is a gorgeous state. So I'm here to talk to you a little bit about some of my photography. You can see a little bit of it behind me here, some of the images that I have, as well as some calendars this year to celebrate 2021, which I think we're all eagerly anticipating. So as I mentioned, I'm a nature photographer. I specialize in wildlife, landscapes, mostly focused on Colorado, as well as a little bit of Alaska and some northern states in the Rocky Mountains. So there are many different types of photographers: portrait, sports, documentary, wedding. My type of photography is nature. Even in nature photography, there are many types of specialties: wildlife, landscape, macro, flowers, insects, and conservation. I specialize in wildlife and also do a lot of landscape photography, all with the goal of raising awareness about our natural world. In addition, I also write. Most of my writing focuses on telling the stories about wildlife or travel. What makes my work unique from many other photographers and writers is that I do both. Most do one or the other. So overall, I describe my job as a storyteller, telling the stories about animals and nature. So what does my typical day look like? The best time of day to photograph wildlife is first thing in the morning and late in the afternoon. These times are best because most animals are active at these times of the day. This is also the time of the day when I think the temperature is the coolest, the light is the best, and there's fewer people out. So if I'm going out to photograph, I'm usually up several hours before sunrise. I drive to my predetermined location and look for the ideal photos. I go out to photograph all year long, even on rainy or snowy days. I spend a lot of time in my truck driving around. I do a lot of camping to be closer to my photo locations, and even own an RV that I use for longer trips. And I do a lot of traveling to other destinations to photograph wildlife, like brown bears in Alaska, polar bears in Churchill, and bald eagles in Maryland, and bison in Wyoming. But my business isn't just about taking photographs. There are a lot of other aspects of my job, much more than taking the photographs, to stay successful and profitable. Most nature photography businesses are 10% photography and 90% business management. In my business, I make money by selling stock photographs, selling articles, both photographs and the text, to publications, teaching other photographers, and selling prints of my photographs. I also co-administer a photo contest. The business activities include marketing, accounting, selling, writing, billing, banking, making and shipping prints, and many other miscellaneous tasks to keep things going. I manage my own website. I enter my own receipts. I organize my own files. So a typical day often involves a lot of marketing and promotions. This includes daily social media posts, reaching out to potential customers, and following up on potential sales. I go through a lot of emails and messages. I try to make a point of editing several photos every day to keep new content on social media and fresh with my stock agencies. I write an article a week for a local newspaper and hopefully write at least one or two other articles for other publications. And I'm getting into more video editing, producing instructional videos for aspiring photographers like this one. Pretty busy, huh? Yes, days are long and I often work at least some part of every day of the week. It is the type of career where you can always do more to get more business. Although this career doesn't pay as well as most, and it certainly pays less than the career I had for 20 years as a corporate marketer, I am super happy with what I am doing and what I am accomplishing. I get to work outdoors, help save animals and their habitat, and I know I make others smile with my photography. So a little about how I got here. Growing up, I wanted to be a veterinarian. I loved being around animals, but I also loved communications, things like advertising, promotions, public relations, and news reporting. After being a member of my high school yearbook staff, I decided to go to college at Rona University in Southern New Jersey for communications. While in school, I was on the newspaper staff and loved the aspects of sharing information with others. After graduation, I went to work for a medical publisher in Philadelphia in the production department. I moved up in my responsibilities and was promoted into the advertising and marketing department. I loved what I was doing, but it was hard to be inside sitting at a desk. I had several other marketing jobs at various companies with increasing responsibility. After a trip to Colorado in 1997, I knew I wanted to live there and experience that outdoor lifestyle. I moved to Colorado in 2002 and settled in a job at a medical animation company. Again, I loved the job and enjoyed working with clients. I enjoyed it so much, I started my own communications company in 2006. That company, MedVet Communications, was the foundation for what is today Dawn Wilson Photography. But that company ran into an economic downturn in 2007 and 2008, so I went back to working in corporate marketing positions at medical product companies. Then in 2012, I had several difficult situations in my personal life, losing 2 people close to me, being laid off from my job, and my mom becoming ill. I decided it was time to pursue my passion and chose happiness over money. I've been doing this ever since, and I love what I do. No nature photographer has a typical path to their success. Some come up through a communications path like me. Some are biologists that discover a love for photography when out in the field. Some are professionally trained photographers in a different discipline, but later discover their love of nature. If you're interested in pursuing the field of nature photography, understand that it is a low-paying, busy lifestyle. It isn't for everyone. There are a lot of things in nature that are out of our control, and that means you may need a lot of patience to get just the right image. Most of us will never be in National Geographic, but there are so many other publications and media outlets that need content. There are many organizations that need content for their communications materials to their customers. There are many partners like the Nature Conservancy, the Audubon Society, and National Wildlife Federation that need visual imagery to help complete the story they are telling in their conservation efforts. My best advice to you, if you're interested in learning more about being a nature photographer or writer, is to shadow professionals in the field. Find a mentor that can help you improve your skills. Volunteer at a local wildlife rehabilitation center. Share your photography with their team. Learn about animals. Understanding animal behavior is a huge part of being successful in this field. Get involved in programs for students where you are mentored by other professional nature photographers. Some great ones are Girls Who Click and the North American Nature Photography Association, also known as NAMPA, which has scholarship programs for high school and college students. Also, although there are photographers out there who have found success without formal training, my recommendation is to get an education, something that you can fall back on in case this doesn't work out. I will always have my communications and my business degrees. So you've now learned a little bit about me, a little bit about my daily life as a nature photographer, and what it takes to capture some of these images. As you're thinking about what you're looking for your friends and family for holiday gifts, definitely consider the small businesses throughout Colorado and support those businesses and the products that they produce. To purchase any of my products, to reach me if you have a question, I would suggest following me on Facebook, which is Dawn Wilson Photography. You can follow me on Instagram, which is Dawn Wilson Photo, or you can visit my website, which is dawnwilsonphotography.com, and you can email me at dawn@dawnwilsonphotography.com. Thank you and have a great holiday.